Group hug.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the internet. It's 2020. Victoria's Secret.
Yeah, Victoria's Secret.
AdSense money. Oh, I forget. I'm sorry. I forgot that this is uncut, so we can't talk about how rich we are. How are you? Are you still happy?
The joke was only funny when we had money, Rose. Okay? I could only enjoy it when it was true.
How are you? Are you pleased that 2020's here and I'm still around? It's a shock for everyone, isn't it?
Well, first of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. I'm the wrong shade of foundation today.
That happens. What I don't get is you wear the same foundation every time and some days it's darker on you. She's doing the car start. Wilma.
Your foundation's the wrong colour.
Wilma, if you want it, pick it up.
If
don't
you want
just growl at no one.
Use your opposable thumbs and pick it up yourself. It's 2020.
Wilma, pick it up. Pick it up.
It's uncut. I can't cut this out. Shut the fuck up. No offence. Oh, I've sworn now. Now we're definitely not going to be rich.
Maybe we can beep it.
Okay, so let's talk. You and me.
Yeah.
Let's just lay it all out on the table. Let's talk some truths.
Yeah. Basically, on New Year's Eve, we went out with our friends who happen to be gay women.
Yeah.
And I think they're also going for the baby journey.
Yes.
Like we are.
Yes.
They've got a different time frame and
Yeah.
everyone's journey is different, but still.
Yeah.
And we got deep.
We got so deep.
And we had a really deep conversation, which I didn't mind. You'd think it would be depressing on New Year's Eve, talking about my insecurities during this baby journey. But actually it was great. And
it was great because I'd stopped listening to you because it was boring me. So I just
You've heard it all before.
passed it over to some other people who are more neutral about it.
Right.
And
they were Switzerland about it. But at the end of the day, I thought it would be really good to talk to you guys about it because
we need some money. No. Because we're involving them on the journey. Is that why?
Not just involving them on the journey, but someone might need to hear this because just like when you're maybe closeted and you need people who are not closeted to show you the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it all comes in. Oh, I'm getting really bad tinnitus.
Oh no.
Apparently that means there's an angel near you.
Or perhaps you're too loud and you're actually making yourself deaf.
Can you do that?
What? You are living proof that you can. Is that your breath or mine? Oh, I can't cut it out.
Mine smells good.
Continue.
Mine smells good.
It smells great.
Anyway, basically, so we're on this baby journey.
Yeah.
And it's getting real, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's getting real. And
Yeah.
and suddenly we've been rewatching the original L Word.
Yeah, because let's not talk about Generation Q right now.
I'm not happy with it.
My mind's changed. Anyway, continue.
Anyway. So we were rewatching the original
Yes.
L Word, and I was like really obsessed with Shane again, which I always has been. But before it was because I was in love with Shane. And this time I was like, I want to be Shane.
We all want to be Shane at some point in our lives. I don't know why it has caused you to have such an unbelievable breakdown of identity.
Yeah, it's made me, and then it made me question my identity, and then I think that's all linked in with the baby thing. And I think a lot of things are going on right now. I think I'm actually going through something right now. So I think I should share it because, one, you might be able to help, and two, if you can't help, if you ever get to what I'm going through now, maybe I've been there, and then maybe I'll help you.
Look, Rosie, there's nothing wrong with taking the next step to becoming a lesbian from being bisexual. Just chill
Stop
out
it! Why do you always say that? Do you never think that contributes to making me worse? Says that about me.
Oh, Rosie, I was only
Real
joking.
sweet.
I forgot how fragile you were in 2020. I'm sorry. Do you know what? I'm gonna stop. You are bisexual, and you don't have to worry about your identity because basically Rosie doesn't really know how she fits into this baby journey in the sense that she's not contributing an egg and she's not contributing a sperm and she's not contributing any intellect. So
excuse me. No, okay. Yeah.
No, I'm only joking. So basically, she's kind of concerned. She's thinking, what is my role?
Yeah.
And where are my role models?
Right.
Online.
Right. So
they're here.
So I think I found it confusing because I'm bisexual, right? I could have ended up in a relationship, a het relationship with a man, or
it's not worth thinking
or
about,
in a gay
babe.
relationship, right? And so if I'd have ended up with a guy and we decided to have kids, obviously in that situation I would have had the children.
Yes.
And that would be my role.
Right.
And that I would have done that. So I guess I just blindly, naively kind of assumed that would be my role in this relationship. But actually, I'm not in a straight relationship. You are a woman, you have your own body, you can have children, you've got your own dreams and desires. And also, can I say I want that for you? I want to support you and I want to have our children. Like, I'm in love with you. I want to see a baby that's your, like, that's something I'm going to love. Like,
Same.
Great.
Yeah,
But
that's good,
I
isn't
guess
it?
because I could have just been with a guy and me had the baby. I'm like, oh,
What do I do?
What right? And then this is where identity comes in. There are other lesbian same-sex couples having babies on the internet, right? We've seen them. There's Living Rosa, but they
Egg-swap.
they contribute. Yeah, they didn't swap, but one of them swapped the egg, right?
Right.
So they are contributing in some kind of way. The woman who didn't give birth
Yes.
gave her egg.
I get
though.
that. I get
right.
that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's different. We
Right.
didn't do that. And we
No.
didn't want to do that, by the way.
No.
We just didn't want to egg swap. It
Right.
just wasn't for us. That's not an issue. But anyway,
good I
so
dropped
that's
them.
different. And then with Marissa and Brittany, I feel like, I could be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, Marissa is going to be the only one having the children. I think this is what's different. with us.
Naturally
We're both
carrying the child.
Yeah, they're both the parents.
Are we
Like-
assuming that though? Do we
well,
know
I don't
that?
know. I don't
We don't know. We are assuming.
But so far, Marissa's carried and had a child, and Brittany's like the other mother, right?
Yes.
Which is fine.
Yes.
But with us, I think that it already was different that we were both having a baby, right? So in enter stage left comes, what did you call it, Rose? When it's not jealousy, it's jealousy by jealousy.
Reverse jealousy.
Reverse jealousy.
Backwards jealousy.
Backwards jealousy.
So what?
You invented.
Oh, so
backwards jealousy.
basically you will be jealous that you won't be carrying the baby because of the attention that I might get.
I mean, that plays a part. There's all sorts of different things. Like I guess I was just worried that because you're going first, my worry was like, oh, then you've done it, and then like when I have my baby,
I won't care.
You'll be like, nah. And Rose was like, obviously not. Like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
And Rose was like, if anything, I'll be more excited for your baby because I won't be, when I'm pregnant, when you're pregnant, you'll be worrying about being pregnant, right? Like, you could get sickness, it could be painful, you know, you'll be worrying.
It could be painful.
Right.
It might not be.
It might not be. But,
Every birth's different. I might just go, "Achoo! Shit, welcome to the world. Let's get all that bogey off you. You're beautiful." Maybe we're not ready to be parents. Maybe that's the
Doesn't
problem.
says
Maybe
that, that we are.
that's the
no, that's
that's
fine.
the
I'm not
issue.
worried about being a mummy. I guess it's just weird as well because, like, how do I say this? Because I've been brought up. Remember, we're older than you guys probably. Because this is unknown waters to us. We have no role models around us doing this, right? And I was brought up. It was way more sexist back then. Sorry,
Yeah.
but it was.
Yeah.
That I didn't know any gay people together, let alone adults who are married or having a baby, not gay men, not gay women, nothing.
Right.
And so I was brought up with such heteronormative
and we're
gender
breaking those
roles,
norms, aren't we?
right?
We're breaking them.
Yeah, but I guess it's weird to me that we're also, what plays in this identity thing, we're all quite feminine lesbians, I'd say. And I don't know, I guess I worry about that because I guess I worry that, say someone saw me out, I've got our baby, and they're like, oh, like, I didn't know you gave birth, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't.
Would
And
that
then they'll
be
be
the
like-
first thing that you would say to a new mother, though? Would that be the first thing you'd say? Oh, I didn't know you gave birth.
Well, if they're like, is that your baby? I'm
You
going to be like, well, yes and no. Do you know what I mean?
Or you could say, yes, it's mine and my partner's baby.
Right, I'll tell you
We
something.
stole it.
I'll tell you how I can make this
Go on.
into a metaphor kind of, I don't know.
Go on.
Do you remember in The Real Housewives when Adrian lied about giving birth to her children? Now, they were her
Yes.
children, but she had a surrogate.
Yes.
Which is fine. But she
Yes.
randomly lied about
So
it.
did Cameo.
Because but Camille was like, yeah, I had a surrogate.
Right.
And Adrian lied, right?
Right.
And so it was like, and she obviously lied because even though it's her baby, her egg.
I don't think she lied. She just admitted
She
the
didn't
truth.
tell the kids or anyone.
Different.
She didn't tell anyone about it.
Did
I
she?
don't know, whatever. And then Brandy outed her. Do you remember?
Yeah,
Brandy.
classic television.
Right. So, do you remember when that happened?
Yeah.
I don't want to be like the Adrian, where it is my child.
Rosie, you
but
look
I'm like,
just like Adrian Malouf.
no, I
If you
don't.
put you both in a room, I couldn't tell you apart.
She looks like the cat lady, you know, that woman who looks like a cat. That's what Adrian Malouf looks like.
I mean, it's true and it's false. It's true in the sense that it's true, and it's false in the sense that we don't want to offend people, but it's true.
She looks like the cat lady.
Anyway, so yes, I understand exactly what you're saying. You're saying people will ask questions about you not carrying the child, but why can't you just say, I'm in a lesbian relationship?
I can say that.
We're both the mothers.
But I think that people are nosy, and I just wonder if it would be a case... Like, I once read a story about a woman who adopted a Chinese baby, and I think the woman was white and not Chinese, and so people would always say such rude things to this woman about her Chinese baby, and she was like, if you're going to do it, it's amazing, but like you have to be strong.
Right.
And people make judgments, and like
people are stupid generally, though. I think that's one thing that we understand.
And people are blunt, and people are rude, and people will say things.
Yeah, there are a lot of stupid people out there.
Right, me. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. It's just weird. Basically, like I said, it's just. We've not done this before. I don't have anyone around me doing it. There are people online, but I don't relate to them all exactly. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Can I just interject? I find it so weirdly funny that we are starting 2020 with an identity crisis. Who's with us?
Yeah.
Who's with us?
Yeah.
Raise your hand.
Well, but can I just say,
it
was probably inevitable.
Yeah.
Because not only am I like, and can I just say it's a good thing that I'm thinking so much about having a child. Like, Rose was like, do you think we just think too much about everything? And I'm like, well, it's really good that we go over and over things because...
We want to be ready.
We're preparing
we want to be the best
ourselves.
parents we could possibly be.
Right. But this was always going to happen because not only are we going into 2020, we're going to have a baby... But I'm going to turn 30 and I'm having a midlife crisis. And yes, this is the first video of the year. I'm having a midlife crisis. I'm like, I'm going to be 30. I'm no longer going to be in my 20s and I'm going to be a parent to a child that's not biologically mine, but it is mine. That's a lot going on. I've only just passed my driving test. And
does a year ago. Today. Oh my God, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Can I just check if it's still recording?
Check if it's still
recording.
Excuse me,
everyone.
I'm never going to be in my 20s again. And also, in our lifetime, we're never going to be in another year that ends in teen again. The teens are over.
Don't panic. I went through the crisis of turning 30. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, am I just living the biggest cliche? Turns out I was.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people go through it. You start thinking, cool. Do I go to the club? No. Do I
go to the club.
Have loads of friends? No, because they've all moved away and started families. Am I where I want to be in my life? No.
See, I think this is really important you talking about this because one, if I didn't have you, I wouldn't have been prepared for my emotional 30s breakdown. And two, some people aren't 30 yet and I want them
to think it's all downhill from here.
No, but it helps. Yeah. It helps because you did cry on your 30th birthday.
Look, we don't have to talk about that all the time.
Okay. You did, go for a weird little thing. Appear weird.
It lasted 6 months.
Right. It's great. Well, mine started pre-30. I've got 5 months till I'm 30.
I used to wake up in the middle of the night thinking I was dying from a heart attack. Turns out it was just panic.
I'm going through that now.
Don't worry.
And this is why I've become obsessed with shame. And this is what my thinking's gone. It's like, because I've been brought up with such heteronormative gender standards by society, not my standards.
No.
I was like, do I need to look more masculine? Because I'm not giving birth to the baby.
No.
Yeah, but you say that, Rose, but you were like, I'm going to dress more feminine when I'm pregnant. And it does weird things to us.
It's true.
Why is it
right.
The only reason...
Oh my God, you're right. I'm such a hypocrite.
You were like, I'm going to wear maxi dresses and look really good. And it's like, but why does that affect? Like, you're still you. And this is so weird. And I've heard so many people, when they have a baby, they are like, I'm a mummy now and I lose my identity. And I was always like, why? And now I'm like, I understand.
For me, I think I'm such a hypocrite. I didn't think people would take me seriously if I was wearing my hoodies and my Converse with my big pregnant bump. I thought they would think, are you 30 trying to look 16? Who's your husband?
But you can wear whatever you want.
I will wear whatever I want. And I've decided that's fine now, and I will. Yeah, 100%. I'm just going to wear my, Gucci, Balenciaga, Victoria. Oh, sorry. Sorry, no, we don't have any money, so we don't shop there anymore.
I'm selling
I've never
stuff
shopped
on
there
eBay.
Once.
Where? Gucci, Balenciaga?
Yeah.
No, me neither.
Although, like we said before, perfect baby names.
Balenciaga.
Gucci and Balenciaga. I love
that. Do like that.
And then when we come to our third baby, when we stop caring, we'll call it Aldi.
Shall we name our baby Bianca?
What's wrong with you? You're not ready to be a parent.
Can I tell you why?
You're not ready to be a parent.
I really fancy. Remember Bianca and Ricky on EastEnders? I used to really fancy her. She's fit.
I'm going to start reassessing.
Is her name Bianca?
My relationship, guys. This is what the video's about.
Babe, and then we're just watching the bit on the L Word where Tina's like, bet I miss men. And Rose was like, the ultimate betrayal.
What did I say? I said, Tina, get your affairs in order, is what I said. That is the ultimate betrayal. Okay, I'm sorry. People might think this is problematic, but
we're jumping around.
Bet cheated on Tina season 1 with a carpenter. Terrible. Awful.
And you're more angry at Tina having cyber sex with Daddy of 2.
Daddy of 1. Or was it Daddy of 2? It
was Daddy of 2.
Whatever.
But it wasn't irrelevant. Daddy of 5. He's already in jail.
I hate Tina.
Is he in jail?
I don't know. What is this video? Anyway.
I don't know. So, I digress.
Where are you feeling? Where are you at? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Well, it was really great talking to my friends about it because their friend is a therapist, and what their friend's therapist specialises in is actually women having babies, same-sex couples.
Yes.
So they told me some stuff that she'd said to them, not in therapy, but just in general conversation. And we had this big conversation. It made me feel better talking about it, but mainly I just think that there is not enough role models. There are all these different mummies having babies in different ways. Some are egg swaps, some are not, some adopt, some do all different things.
Basically,
it's all different. And I think there needs to be more.
Old you are, identity can still be really tricky at different phases of your life.
Yeah.
And also when you're kind of like bucking against the trend of societal norms. And I feel like that's okay. I think that the whole message of this video is sometimes when you know yourself, there will be different times in your life where you might not know yourself, but you do know yourself. You just have to look deeper.
But Rose, the thing is, right?
What?
You said, identity was different at different times in your life. I never had a worry in my life, and then literally it's like, boom, having a baby with a woman.
Some woman!
And boom, turning 30. I'm squared.
Don't be
want to
squared.
be an old mum.
Rosie, you're 29. You're not an old mum.
29, feeling fine.
Rosie, you're not an
Five
old
more
mum.
mums.
I think you've got, oh my God, I've got it. You've got the daddy blues. You have the daddy blues.
Oh my God. Is that when the men have like fake pregnancy symptoms? Because what is the daddy blues?
No, it's when they get cold feet no, oh my God, you're making this so much deeper than it needs to be.
What is the daddy blues?
It just means it means that you have cold feet about becoming a parent.
Is that what the daddy blues are?
I don't
have cold feet. I really want to become a parent.
I think you've got cold little giblets.
When you give birth, I'm a woman and I have no contribution, like you said, and I just feel useless.
And they'll hand me the baby. That's your insecurity speaking. You can contribute a huge amount. First of all, I'm going to be knackered. Second of all, I'm probably going to have a panic attack myself and be like, just take it.
I looked after.
Look, listen, we both are parents. We think about how much.
How are you so calm about this? You're the one who's going to break your vagina. How are you fine?
Would it make you happy if I fell apart?
No!
Are you sure?
I don't want that. No, I need you to be strong for me while I go through nothing.
Excuse me. I've decided that my role is not only the mummy, but also the daddy. Because the other day...
That's always been your role.
I think that's fine. I'm going to be a mixture between doing the traditional sort of gender stereotype roles of mummy in the kitchen, but also daddy with a DIY. And I love that about me. I am what they like to call versatile. Yeah. And I think that's okay. Look, we haven't got any role models, you and me, who have done this before that we can kind of look up to and who have like... Well, we don't know of anyone anyway, especially not in our family, our extended family, our friends.
Like in real life, we can have around us.
We are the first people to do this. So we've only got each other to talk to.
Yeah.
And I think it's okay to have little identity crises and dress like Shane.
Yeah. Can I also say, you brought it up and it reminded me, you said like, I'm the mummy and the daddy, I do feminine things and I do masculine things. Not that they are feminine and masculine, I'm just saying like, but can I say something though, guys?
Fluidity.
And this is the truth. Like, in our relationship, Rose and I have had roles, and I feel like that really helped us. This is why we've got such a successful marriage
Each
relationship.
to their own.
Right. So it wasn't masculine, feminine,
no.
Right? But we had our roles where Rose was more like a leader in our business and with money and taking care of us.
A natural winner.
And
yeah.
And I did things like washed our clothes, kept the house nice. So like,
and it worked.
We did have these roles. We didn't see ourselves as man and woman or anything like that.
Not even a little bit.
through.
Maybe this is the problem.
But we had our roles, and it worked, and I think we were really happy, and we were happy knowing what we do for the other. And then I just think it's changing up, because I guess I just thought I would be the woman doing the baby stuff.
A woman doing the baby stuff.
One.
And we have to do this because the world is changing. Gender is very, very complicated. And I do believe that, people are breaking norms.
Yeah, but it's okay though. Yeah, the we're caught up in stereotypical
of course
gender
it is, because
roles
that's
because
as
we've been
millennials.
brought up. Yeah,
As millennials,
yeah.
that's how we
It's not,
have
I
been
don't think
brought
it's
up.
right. I don't think that one is the man and one is the woman. The point is we're both women. I don't think that one job is masculine and one job is feminine. No, women can do like I don't know, be a plumber and a
And
carpenter
we're not trying to offend anybody. This is just us being honest.
But we
with
have
the
got to
internet.
talk about it because it's something we feel like we're going through.
Some people
I
are.
find it old-fashioned that people say who's the top and who's the bottom. I find that old-fashioned.
It is old-fashioned.
And then when I talk to my friends about that, they say, oh, it's not so much sexually top and bottom, it's roles. Attitude, who's the top and who's the bottom. And then that says to me who's the leader and who's submissive. And then that almost translates into who's
got more power and who hasn't.
And then that
who's the man
and who's the
woman.
Because but typically men have more power and women don't, and that's a life thing that people are trying to break out of.
It's a very interesting discussion, and I'm very glad that we've brought it
because I don't want to be
to the internet.
Right, because I don't want to be backwards bringing it up, and yet it is a thing.
Do you know what I think? I think you've just got to go with it and learn as you go. It's like when we bought Wilma. We planned and we planned and we planned. Yeah. I watched every dog training thing there was to watch, and I read everything there was to read. And I got it all wrong. But what did we do?
It wrong.
We tried our best.
You spoiled her.
Yes, because I loved her, and I didn't realise that she'd become a spoiled little brat.
So what you're saying is we're going to have a terrible spoiled children and an identity crisis and a breakdown. Why did it take you 6 months? You know, when you became 13, you said it took you 6 months, right?
Yeah.
How did you get through? What was it that got you out of it? You're like, okay, I'm going to get over this now.
I started worrying that YouTube... I have a lot of work worry. Don't want to bring that into your crisis.
I don't, but Rose does. It's part of your OCD. Isn't it?
I start to worry that, there will be a time where I will need to rethink my career.
Yeah, there will be a time.
And there will be a time, and we're fully prepared for that, trust me.
Yeah, because we've always said, if we don't want to do it,
we won't do it. We will not do it.
If I feel like I'm
not enjoying
desperately clinging on to something, then
I'm out.
Not going to do that.
I'm out. And I don't want it to get that far. So I started worrying about where it because your age came into,
right?
No, can you stop talking about age? But yes. Okay. And I was like, where am I going? What do I want in life? What's going to bring me the most happiness? And at that point, I was like, I don't actually know. I know I have to be creative. I need that creative outlet. I can't be bossed around by anybody because I am Bet Porter and a natural leader /man/top.
You can't be bossed around.
So I needed to rethink it, and that's when I started panicking. Also, the YouTube algorithm started penalising everybody.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Yeah. How come?
Yes.
You said to me your 31st birthday was so much more enjoyable than your 30th.
Because there was less pressure. I was like, do you know what? I'm cool. I like I actually love being in my 30s more than my 20s. First of all, I think I look the best, even though I'm the wrong colour today. And second of all, I'm enjoying where I am in my life. Also, I did worry a little bit about, I have this other thing. I worry about my mum and dad a lot. I worry about my family. I worry about people dying because I've never experienced loss. And there will come a point where I will have to experience loss, and I'm very, very nervous. So
you thought, I'm getting older, my parents are getting older, and I'm now the adult, and there's going to be a time when my parents aren't around.
Yes.
I'm going to be a parent, and I'm going to be the mum with no parents to go to.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was your worry at 30.
100%. You're crushing me a little bit. You're reminding me of all the things I was worried about. But do you know what? You can't live your life in fear, especially of the things you can't control. And I think I'm starting to understand that. So I like to think I'm only going to worry about things I can do something about.
What would that be?
Like
yesterday,
cleaning.
I got a spoon. And I got a tub of Bailey's extra thick cream, and I just dug that spoon in.
You are having a crisis.
Just ate it.
Do you know what? Do you know how I know I'm having a crisis?
How?
I've joined a table tennis club for the over 70s, and I'm looking into creating my own patchwork quilt.
You are gonna do our patchwork quilt.
And do you know what? I'm proud, and I love myself. I'm sorry, I do.
We're making a patchwork quilt for our baby, but we're doing a test one first. So it'll be a tiny little cot one, and then when we're
for the dog.
Yeah. We'll get to the dog instead.
Look, your priorities change as you get older, and I think that's okay. And I think it's important to be a YouTuber who is not trying to stay young and relevant. Look, we've seen a difference on YouTube. We understand that now it's all about the biggest videos, the biggest prank, the biggest stunt, and that draws people in. I will never, ever, ever try and do that.
No, I think we're lucky though. I think we've managed to stay away from all the trends and just talk to people. And I'm really happy about that. Like, pranking each other was a huge phase for a long time, and we didn't do it, you know?
No, I know, we didn't. I'm going to check if it's still recording.
Okay.
Don't go anywhere, Rosie. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, it's still recording. It's going to keep going.
Well, come
I
sit.
like this discussion. It's good, isn't it?
So basically what we're doing here is, the first bit of the year, and we're like, here's our insecurities.
But I think that's good. I think start as you mean to go on. Start in the sense that we're being honest. We'll always update you on everything that we're doing.
And I think it's important because the reason we're sharing this baby journey is that other people are sharing their baby journey, but we want to share stuff like this, the psychological stuff. It's like, you know, I didn't think naively, I thought, oh, you know, the hardest part is things like trying to get pregnant. It was hard choosing our donor. We found that really hard.
God, it was.
And then before even getting pregnant, I'm like, oh, just thinking about it's a lot. It's a huge life change. I have to prepare myself.
The other day, I finally tracked my ovulation correctly. So we rang the hospital like, can we please come down today and do it? It was New Year's Eve. And they were like, no.
You ovulated like, you were meant to ovulate on Christmas Day, and then you ovulated New Year's Eve.
And I was like, let's do it. Come on, let's get pregnant New Year's Eve. That's great. But it wasn't supposed to be.
No, because we're not getting pregnant till after the 1st of January. Which is any time from now, so we're good.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. But that's where we are. We're having a crisis. We're going to hopefully have an insemination, and those two together work perfectly, don't they?
Exactly. Nice, calm, relaxed atmosphere.
Don't you think?
But guys, I want you to know, this isn't us. We want to have a baby. We've thought about it for so long.
There's no doubt we want to have a baby.
We're excited.
And
we're just
ready.
telling you about this because I think it's important because I didn't think about how it would affect me psychologically, and being two women in a relationship, having a baby together, that's, it's important. Het having a baby together, you know, but being two women, there's more to think about, and I think it's important that you should know that we went through all this stuff where my identity came into play. I'm getting older, just like the responsibility. It's a good thing that we're thinking about it, you know, we're not just like, let's have a baby, I don't care.
No, of course. If anything, we always overthink. We think of every possible case scenario, because I believe that you have to think about these things in order to, you know, prepare yourself for parenthood. But on the other hand, I also think there are always going to be things that you can't prepare for, you know, and that's just being a parent.
Yeah, because you can't plan everything.
No, you can't, and you don't know what life will bring, and you just have to go with the flow to a certain extent. But it's striking that balance that can be tricky, and it can be panic-inducing, and we want to be honest about how insecure we feel.
Yeah. I'm happy that because we're married, I'm already the legal guardian of this baby. But in the L word, Bet and Tina weren't married. I don't think they could back then. And so Bet's trying to adopt their baby.
Yes, but your name will be on little Skyrim's birth certificate.
Yes, and you know what we need to do? We need to go ahead. Well, we weren't going to do it till we were pregnant, were we?
What?
Change our name.
Yeah, no, we're officially doing it.
Yeah,
we're in the process of officially doing it. Yeah, I'm going to be.
I think that's going to help. Actually.
Abraham, and what are you going to be?
Lincoln. I think that's going to help.
I think
changing our name.
What? So you feel more like a unit?
Unit, because I think before, like I said,
understand
the
why
father,
you feel.
If I was a man and it was my sperm, then it's my sperm. If it was my egg, then it's my egg. And because it's none of those things. I feel like I'm just like, I'm just watching you go through the biggest life change ever.
I'm not criticising you for feeling that way, because if you were carrying first, I'm sure I would feel exactly the same. But you have to remember that as soon as you see that little heartbeat, you're going to be so in.
I agree with that.
And you're going to be like, that's mine.
I agree with that.
That is mine.
I think the moment you're pregnant, actually, all these worries will melt away. I think it's more about
Let's hope they're not exacerbated, eh?
But my friend said on New Year's Eve, she's like, could it have anything to do with the fact that, you know, Rose has more followers than you, and lots of people fancy Rose over you, and then now she's going to get all the attention having a baby? And I was like, no, hadn't really thought of that.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I don't think it should be that. I thought I would understand, because if you had more followers than me, I would always feel like, well, there's something. I think
it's because you're gay. Sorry,
I
and I'm
do
bi.
as well.
I think it's people don't know that they're biphobic. People don't know it, but they are. People
are whipping that card out, everyone.
But when we used to read the L chat, right? Years and years ago, when we used to read gossip forums,
Yeah.
what did I read all day and day out? Rosie's going to leave Rose for a man. Rosie's going to leave Rose for a man.
Yeah.
And I think people think like that. And I think
Yeah, I
people
do.
don't want to get invested
I think they're
in me
insecure.
because they think I like men and they don't like it. And it's like...
I think you're right. I actually do. I think you're right. I think it's very...
It is biphobia.
It's throwing it out there.
I'm just saying.
I agree. I totally agree. But don't worry about it. But look, what I want from this video is to let people know that even though we might seem like perhaps we are quite well put together and we've got our shit sorted, everybody is a
Cries
mess.
at 30.
Everybody cries at 30 and everybody has problems, and that's okay. I think it's okay.
I also think, can I say, they're not the world's biggest problems.
No, they're not.
You know, they're not like, I mean,
But in
some
relation
people
to
have
where
bigger
we
problems.
are in our lives,
I'm just overthinking.
it's become not an issue, but just something that we are talking
It's
about.
just something we're
thinking about.
discussing, yeah.
And you know what I mean, yeah. In the event that we both take our child somewhere, and you have someone who's quite traditionally minded,
Yeah.
and just can't get their head around the fact that we're both parents, or maybe
that's
even,
what I guess that's what I'm worried about, and it's a fictional thing that hasn't happened and may never happen.
or maybe even not classify you as equally as important because
Yeah.
you weren't the natural carrier. That would be very upsetting. And I think that, you know, you have to prepare for people like that because there will always be, to a certain extent, traditional values that come through people, however PC they think they are.
Can I bring up a story that I've told you without naming any names that
Sure.
has scarred me?
Yes.
Name
all the names.
No, I'm not going to.
Okay.
So I had a friend,
Yeah.
and she ran into a lesbian who was dating a girl who already had a baby.
Right.
And they were only just dating.
Oh, right, yeah.
And she went, hi, lesbian, I know. Who's this? She was with the child of her girlfriend. And she went, this is my son. And it wasn't her son.
No. And they'd only been together like 2 months.
Yeah, right. And I remember my friend caught up with me and was like, yeah, this happened. Like, she said it was her son. It wasn't. And I guess I
But they
worried...
weren't in a long-term committed relationship either. So
And they weren't married, and she had adopted the son. It wasn't in any way her son.
And we were
they
quite
broke
thrown
up.
by that, weren't we? Because we were like, that's very soon to call someone else's child your son.
I hope I explain... Why can't I explain things very well? I hope that came
I think it was
clearly.
the clearest story we've ever
When there's
told.
no names. One person said to another person who said to someone's child, you know... So...
I enjoyed it. I'm so glad this is uncut because I wouldn't cut that out.
Why am I so bad at telling stories?
You're great at telling stories. I like it when you tell a story in so much detail you forget the story.
I
you
do
have
that
to
a
stop.
lot. A lot of the time I go, right, Rose, I've got a story. And then I'll like preface it so much. And then I go, oh, I forgot.
This is why, no offence, I rush you sometimes because I'm scared you're going
That
to lose
makes
your
it
train of
worse.
thought. Right.
That makes
It's
it worse.
my fault. So what do you think? What do you think? Do you think?
Oh, Bo.
Do you still feel confident though that we're going to be great parents?
Yeah, I do. I'm fine
too.
about being a parent, and I guess I've got to stop worrying what other people think. But I guess I just didn't want other people to judge, and I guess.
But people will always judge.
Okay, when we
Always.
first got together, even though I always knew I was bisexual, right? I had a little identity crisis.
Right.
I think it was like ingrained biphobia, homophobia.
Yes,
you know, like
I understand.
You know,
I get that.
and it really freaked me out because I was in a lesbian relationship, a same-sex relationship, but I'm not a lesbian, I'm bisexual, right? So it freaked me out for a while.
Right.
And then, I guess just by living, being in it, and talking to you, you really helped me.
Thank you.
And you know, I was like, okay, cool, yeah, I've got this. And I think it's just exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess I'm having a baby with a woman, and I so wanted a baby with you, and I'm so in love with you, and we're already married, that I guess I was so focused that I really want to have a baby with you. And now we're doing it. I was like, oh, how is this going to be? What's my role? How am I going to do this? And it's just the same thing.
You're going to be great.
Oh,
You're gonna tutor little Skyrim in maths.
No.
And geography and all your strong
I
things.
tutor in
Rosie,
teas.
I think you don't give yourself enough credit of how much value and love you would bring to a child's life without being anywhere. Like, you don't have to be biologically related to really nurture and love something. I'm not related to the dog, and I love her so much.
That's true, because I had a stepdad, and he was really...
Wow. So happy New Year, everyone. I hope you've had just the most wonderful start.
Wait, you made me cry saying nice things.
Oh, will?
Yeah.
Aw, nice.
Yeah.
Do you want me to feel your boobs to make it feel even better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the other one, so they're even.
All right, guys, well, that's us. I hope you appreciated our honesty, and if you didn't, then I don't care.
I just thought, I want to know if anyone has had a child with a woman.
Yes.
Tell me if you went through, like, how you know.
Yes,
how
did you feel?
How did you feel? Did you go through this? Tell me if you've turned 30. Did you survive?
Did you cry?
And then, if you are young and maybe one day we'll have a child, bookmark this.
Love it when it just stops recording when we're doing our outro for our uncut series, Rosie.
We ended the video, but it turned itself off. So we're re-ending this video.
So, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We will see you this time next week with something slightly more upbeat and light-hearted, not so depressing. Bye!
Bye!
I love you too.
That might be my Amazon delivery.
Oh my god, they
Protein powder.
I love it when you buy a baby on Amazon Prime. It
Oh
comes
my
the next
God.
day. Oh my god.
The stork delivered it.